Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video. I think I say that every single time, but this is going to be the first update to the deck of panning project pan that I created. This was adapted from a booktuber's TBR game, Books with Maddie. I did ask for her permission to adapt this into a beauty project pan, and she obviously said yes because we're here. If you wanted to join, you're more than welcome to. This project started January 20th and goes until December 20th, giving us a month off if we so choose to do another round of this next year. So it's 11 months long. You can hop in a little bit late, that's okay. Be sure to watch my intro for all of the rules and explanation. That is the first half of that video. That's why it's a bit longer. I run through all the rules, and they're also listed in the Google spreadsheet that is linked in my description box. Now, there's been some trouble for people finding the game board. When you open that link, the first page is all of the rules and the participants, and then on the next sheet over, like toggle over to the next sheet, that is the game board that is shuffled and randomized monthly for the prompts, which you choose with a deck of cards. I'm not going to explain the whole game today because I do have an intro on that, but if you were having trouble finding the game board, it's on the second sheet within that spreadsheet, if that makes sense. And you can also see all of the prompts that could potentially be put on the game board. And if you have any prompt suggestions, please do let me know. I've been adding to it all the time. The list just keeps getting longer. That's enough rambling from me. I'm excited to say that I have some rollouts, which means I'll be able to pull in some new cards. So let's hop into it. I don't remember what order exactly I pulled everything in, but I'm just going to start with this guy. I got the Joker. This palette is my first high-end palette that I ever got, and it was a gift from my mom for Christmas. So I don't really want to pan it because it's a bit sentimental, and it was limited edition. I have not chosen a shade, and I've only used this once, which is a shade. I do have pan already in here. My goal is to hit pan on a shade. I'm kind of between Stark and Zone still. I'm currently working on a lid setting shade in my pan, those eyeshadows. But once I hit pan on that, I might move over to using this shade every day to set my lid. And the shade Zone is a cool tone brown matte. That has the biggest dip in it out of all of these, and it's something that, again, I could use pretty much every day, and I currently don't have a shade like this in my pan, those eyeshadows. But I really haven't been focusing on this. Even if I were, I feel like it's going to take a really long time to hit pan on. This shade here took me 75 uses. So the Joker is like, are you joking? Something you really don't want to pan, and it's definitely hindering my motivation. But in the next month, I definitely want to focus on this more and make some progress on it. It fell over in my basket, but even before that, I couldn't make a line. This was for something a friend is panning. It's just Steph is also panning this in one of her projects, and it's like all stuck up the side despite keeping it upright. But I have been using this quite a bit. I think I used it over 10 times in this last month, which is really good for me. It's not the only primer I'm working on, and I don't do my makeup every single day. This is going to be a long-term type of product, but that's okay. It says smooth and pore perfecting, top secret for perfect makeup. I don't feel like it's the most pore filling, but it's also more hydrating than other pore filling primers in my collection, and that's definitely something my skin needs, so I have no problem working on this. For my most expensive, you can pick any category you want. My most expensive powder is this Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh powder. I have made some progress on it. I will remark it. I was here and now I'm just slightly below that on either side. I forgot to mark it before actually filming, but I am making slow progress on this. It's fine. It's not my favorite. I'll be happy when it's gone. For the random color generator, I got a navy shade, so I chose the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Baby Tea. This is a matte navy blue, and I was successful in hitting pan in this shade. I couldn't believe it. I only used it twice. I mean, it had a big dip in it. I've used it a ton more like before this project, but I only used it twice in this project. And the first time I saw like the tiniest sliver of pan, but I didn't think that was good enough to show, and only one use, like come on. So I used it again, and now I have a good pan. It's not a super impressive pan, but good enough for me. So this is going to be rolling out. And then for a skincare product, I rolled in the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Vacuum Cleaning Pore Purifying Mask. I thought this was really close to being empty, but I actually used it like 6 or 7 times before it was empty for this update. But it is. So 2 products rolling out. I'm really happy with this. This is a full-on empty, so I'm going to toss that in my empties bin and pan on an eyeshadow. 2 rollouts in a project pan update for me is unheard of, so I'm super excited to shuffle my deck of cards. Now, the 5 cards that I pulled in my intro to get these products are back in my deck to be shuffled. Yes, including, do I even dare say its name? The Joker. And I am shuffling. I don't know how to do that like tented shuffle, you know, when they like go together. I'm not that talented. But I do need to pull in 2 cards. I also need to pull up the game board. I'll do that on my phone. All right. I have my game board up. I didn't really decide on like what kind of products I want to even put in, which probably wasn't a good idea. Okay, first card, the 10 of clubs and the 4 of clubs. Okay, we are safe. We don't get another Joker. Thank goodness. Oh, these don't want to go back in the package. There we go. Okay, the 10 of clubs is something that is brand new. Okay. And the 4 of clubs is something that matches your shirt. I have like a navy blue with floral. I'm going to have to think on this, obviously, and I'll be right back to share with you the products that I have chose. Okay, I chose those out much faster than I thought I would, which kind of feels good to like rip off the band-aid, but also means I don't know if I've chosen the most strategic products. So for the 10 of clubs, something brand new, I chose this Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette. Now, I've had this for over a year, almost a year and a half, and I've never used it even once, which is why it's still in its box. I need to do better about getting through the old palettes in my makeup drawer of shame. I would like to use this palette 10 times. Reach into this 10 times for any shade. It doesn't have to be for a full look. And I think that these will go really well with Prom Night. That is in my pan, those eyeshadows. So I hope I'm setting myself up for success. I was also trying to keep in mind that I would like to have a rollout each update, and I think 10 uses is pretty attainable on this palette. So maybe I can have it rolled out for next month. And then something that matches my shirt. Like I said, it's a navy with a floral pattern. I chose the Seraphine Botanicals blush in Happy Hibiscus, and it has a floral design on it. And it is like a nude rosy kind of blush. And I would like to use this 15 times. What an arbitrary number. It is like pulling it out of thin air. 15 uses I think is pretty good on a blush. All right. Okay, that wasn't as hard as I thought. Like I mentioned, I'm trying to have a rollout every single month, and I think for next month it should be this is very shiny, the Marvelous Mauves palette by Dose of Colors for the 10 uses. And I definitely want to get more use out of this palette. I mean, it needs more love. I need to hit pan in a shade in here. It won't be a pan for next month, but at least use it more often. And just keep trucking along on products like these. I think they're going to be in here for quite a while, but they're something that I use very often, so that's okay. Thank you so much for all the love and support on this project pan. I know it's really challenging, kind of convoluted, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've already loved watching everyone's intros, and I've seen some first updates trickling in already. Again, if you'd like to join, just let me know. And if you have any questions on any of the prompts on the game board, do not hesitate to send me a message or leave me a comment on any of my videos. Really, I will see it. And I would love to answer, and I mean, a lot of them are up for interpretation. Whatever you can think of is okay with me. I don't like being a big old gatekeeper and having too many rules. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!